Dealers are stuck. Lots are jammed with RVs nobody's buying, and it's getting worse heading into 2026. Prices are falling, interest is climbing, and the discounts you're seeing aren't deals. They're desperation. Jayco, Winnebago, Airstream, all sitting for months untouched.
RV retailer new unit sales jumped 57% last year.
Floor plan interest is bleeding dealers dry, and the liquidation wave hasn't even hit yet. If you thought waiting was smart, think again. The next 60 days could flip everything. Here's which models are collapsing first, and how to avoid getting caught in the crash. Let's start with the Jayco Whitehawk 27 RB. You can tell a market's in trouble by what collects dust. Walk any Midwestern dealer lot right now, and you will spot rows of the Jayco Whitehawk 27 RB. Same floor plan, same color, same stickers curling under the sun. Each one has been sitting longer than 6 months. CarEdge's late September data lists an average of 190 days on lot, with some units creeping past 210. Here's the part dealers avoid mentioning. The original manufacturer's suggested price hovered near $52,000. Today, you can scroll any listing site and find the same trailer posted for $38,995, often followed by the quiet phrase, "Make offer." That spread, $13,005, isn't a promotion, it's a surrender. Why did it happen? Follow the math. Insurance premiums for towables climbed roughly 23% this year. The average family now pays close to $590 a year for coverage that cost $480 just 2 summers ago. Lenders added new down payment thresholds, 15% minimum on recreational loans, and pushed interest well past 9%. For most households, that turned what used to be a manageable seasonal payment into a financial no-go. Add truck costs. The half-ton pickups meant to tow this model now start around $55,000 new, or $43,000 used. Buyers are already stretched before they even step into the showroom. When financing stacks on insurance, the math collapses. Families are walking away, leaving the Whitehawk parked, unpaid, and aging. Dealers are feeling the squeeze. Each unsold trailer carries floor plan interest charges of roughly $375 a month. Multiply that by 10 identical units, and you see why banners shout event pricing. They are not marketing, they are bleeding. For owners, this slowdown means one thing: depreciation acceleration. Expect another 8% slide by early spring. A used Whitehawk valued at $35,000 today could appraise near $32,200 by March. Selling now locks in loss. Waiting might at least stabilize the hit once inventory clears. So what should you do? If you already own one, maintain it. Store it properly and hold. The rebound, when it comes, will reward clean condition. If you are thinking of buying, be patient. Watch for next year's markdowns when floor plan renewals force dealer liquidations. And if mid-market family rigs are stacking up like this, just wait until we step into the so-called premium class. That's where the real financial pressure is building next. Winnebago Adventurer 35F. Some rigs still gleam under the showroom lights long after the buyers have vanished. Step inside any major dealership this fall and you will find them. Lines of the Winnebago Adventurer 35F, polished every morning, untouched every night. The paint still smells new, but the numbers tell a harder story. According to late-season dealer sheets collected by RV Insider, these motorhomes now sit an average of 261 days before anyone signs the paperwork. That is almost 9 months of inventory aging on the floor. Each one costs roughly $1,200 in interest every single month under standard floor plan financing. Multiply that by a dozen units, and the losses are bigger than most small businesses can handle. Why are they stuck? Start with the sticker. The Adventurer 35F launched around $225,000 manufacturer suggested price. Back in 2021, a typical buyer could finance that at about 4.5%, putting payments near $1,450 a month. Today, with loan rates pushing 8.9%, that same coach lands closer to $2,300. Add insurance at $9,800 per year, plus fuel that now averages $4.20 per gallon for regular, and the dream turns into a cost ledger. Even longtime Winnebago loyalists are hesitating. The 35F runs on a large gasoline chassis, not the new hybrid systems being marketed elsewhere, and its fuel economy hovers around 7 miles per gallon. Owners who once logged cross-country miles are trimming trips or parking altogether. Fewer miles mean fewer replacements, and dealers lose the repeat buyers that used to keep the pipeline alive. Now look at depreciation math. In spring, resale hovered near $190,000. By mid-autumn, listings appeared at $169,000, still unsold. That's a drop of $21,000 in half a year. The quiet truth: dealers would rather take the hit now than pay another quarter of interest. For you, the cautious buyer, timing is everything. If you have cash or strong credit, wait until late December or early January. That's when the accountants demand clear books and managers greenlight the biggest markdowns. Expect at least $25,000 to $30,000 off remaining 25 models. The Winnebago Adventurer 35F isn't a bad machine. It's simply trapped between rising costs and shrinking buyers. For the right person, patience will turn dealer panic into your advantage. Because when high-end rigs start sinking, the ripple always reaches the mid-range next. And that's exactly where the trouble deepens from here. If you've driven past a dealer lot that looks frozen in time, hit that like button and drop a comment. Tell us what rigs are sitting longest where you live. Your insight helps expose how deep this slowdown really runs. Forest River XLR Nitro 28 DK5. Not every slowdown looks dramatic from the outside. Sometimes it sounds like silence and a row of Forest River XLR Nitro 28 DK5 toy haulers waiting for buyers who never showed. You can walk those dealer backlots today and feel it. The weight of overstock. CarEdge's late quarter data lists an average supply of 212 days for the Nitro line. That means each unit has been parked more than 7 months before sale. At the Manheim wholesale auctions, earlier 22 and 23 models are now moving for $18,000 below factory invoice. That gap is the largest drop this segment has seen in over a decade. So what changed? The buyers did. The Nitro was built for off-roaders, people towing side-by-sides, dirt bikes, or small all-terrain vehicles. But diesel prices climbed, toy prices soared, and travel habits shifted. When the cost of fueling both the truck and the toys doubled, many of those weekend adventurers simply stopped upgrading. The market that kept this segment alive vanished almost overnight. Dealers know it. Some report interest costs near $450 a month per trailer, not counting insurance or lot storage. Multiply that by even 5 unsold units, and you are staring at $27,000 a year just in carrying expense. No discount weekend can erase that math. The Nitro 28 DK5 itself is solidly built, heavy and reliable. But heavy is the problem. At more than 10,700 pounds dry weight, it demands a diesel truck, and with diesel now averaging $4.60 per gallon, and this is forcing many owners to park their rigs for good. Depreciation has accelerated fast. Units that listed near $91,000 last spring are now advertised around $72,500. With zero traction. Private sellers are cutting lower still, sometimes $68,000, just to clear loans. For you, the informed buyer, patience again pays. The best window will be late January, when dealers face inventory audits and push floor plan resets. Expect discounts reaching 20% off the current list as they fight to stop interest bleed. The Forest River XLR Nitro 28 DK5 isn't collapsing from poor quality. It's collapsing from physics and economics. Heavy rigs, high fuel, low buyers. The numbers don't lie. And as adventure haulers sit idle, the tremor is moving upmarket. Because next comes a brand no one ever thought would be stuck in the same silence. Airstream Globetrotter 27 FBT. Walk past a line of Airstreams this year and something feels off. The shine is still there. The polished aluminum still mirrors the sky. But behind those reflections is a slowdown the brand has not faced in decades. The Airstream Globetrotter 27 FBT once symbolized success. Now it symbolizes hesitation. Dealer listings across the country show identical models aging in place. Airforum's community tracking placed the average sales decline at 41% year to date, the steepest drop since the early 2010s. Units that carried manufacturing manufacturer prices of $179,000 just 8 months ago now sit online for $139,995, still unsold. That is a difference of $39,005 per trailer, and buyers are waiting for the number to drop further. So why the freeze? The problem begins with the buyer base. For years, Airstream counted on cash-ready retirees, people with home equity and steady investments. But 2025 has punished both. Equity lines tightened, stock dividends slowed, and retirees watched fuel and insurance outpace their comfort zones. A typical insurance policy on a Globetrotter jumped from $930 to $1,100 annually. Premium gasoline costs about $4.40 per gallon, and the tow vehicles that once made sense now start above $70,000. The used Airstream market is overflowing as trade-ins and estate sales from older owners flood supply. 22 and 23 models now list under $100,000, nearly identical to new. Dealers call it option fatigue. For patient buyers, waiting through one more winter could save $10,000 to $15,000 as prices drop another 8 to 10%. Dealers know the math, too. Each unsold Airstream costs them roughly $550 a month in financing. That pressure builds every 30 days until someone blinks. And if even the silver icon of the open road can lose its shine, just wait until you see what is happening to the so-called affordable starter rigs. The numbers there are even harder to ignore. Coachmen, Catalina Summit, 184 BHS. Every slowdown has a canary in the coal mine, and this time it is parked right on the entry-level row. The Coachmen Catalina Summit 184 BHS was supposed to be the safe buy, the small family trailer anyone could afford. Yet walk any Midwest or Southern dealership today, and you will see the same pattern. Rows of Summits, hitches locked, tags faded, and no one signing the papers. Dealer reports compiled through the third quarter show some locations sitting on 46 unsold units of this exact model. That is not a rumor. It comes straight from internal floor plan disclosures. Even after markdowns from $32,000 to $24,995, buyers are not biting. The discount looks big on paper, but the monthly payments tell a different story. Here is the reality behind the stall. During the early 2020s, nearly 30% of entry-level trailers like the Catalina were financed through flexible subprime lenders. Those companies have now pulled back, almost completely. Experian's latest recreational vehicle loan index shows approvals for subprime credit dropping from 29.6% in 2021 to just 9.3% in 2025. That means thousands of families who would have qualified 3 years ago cannot even apply today. Inflation hit hard. Insurance now averages $400 to $70 yearly, fuel near $4, 20 cents a gallon, erasing the budget label. Dealers pay $360 monthly per unit, $14,400 quarterly, just to hold stock. Wait until March. Coachmen Catalina Summit prices should fall another 10%. And if the supposed starter trailer cannot find a home, imagine what is happening to the heavy diesel rigs sitting at the top of the lot. That is where the next round of pain is already unfolding. Before we reveal the final models holding dealers hostage, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Every update here cuts through the noise with real numbers and receipts, so you'll always know when to wait, when to buy, and when to walk away. Thor Palazzo, 33.5 diesel. When the top end of the market starts shaking, you know the foundation is already cracked. Walk behind any major dealership right now, and you will find it. Rows of Thor Palazzo 33.5 diesel coaches, tarped, powered down, and waiting for buyers who never came back. The diesel pusher that once promised prestige has turned into a slow-moving liability for everyone holding inventory. Dealer inventory reports collected in September show the Palazzo line sitting an average of 10 months unsold, roughly 304 days. Most lots now list these rigs at $289,000, down from a manufacturer's suggested price of $370,000. That is a reduction of $81,000 per coach, and even at that, most inquiries end with the same 4 words: "We are just looking." The root of the problem is fleet collapse. For years, regional rental operators and tour companies absorbed a large share of diesel production. buying in blocks of 10 or more. But by late 2024, those orders vanished. Cruise America, one of the largest bulk buyers, canceled upcoming allocations entirely. Without fleet absorption, the retail network got flooded. Dealers that expected steady turnover suddenly had no exit strategy. Meanwhile, the cost of keeping each Palazzo on site keeps climbing. Floor plan interest runs about $1,350 per month per unit. Insurance and storage tack on another $400, meaning every idle coach bleeds nearly $2,150 before anyone even starts the generator. Multiply that across 7 or 8 unsold models, and you are looking at almost $150,000 a quarter in pure carrying costs. Buyers are waiting for deeper cuts as dealers struggle through another season. Quiet Factory Incentives offer $20,000 to $30,000 rebates for fast cash sales. Wait until early February, true markdowns will appear. The Thor Palazzo 33.5 Diesel's issue isn't design, but overproduction burying retailers under inventory weight. And if diesel luxury is sinking this hard, imagine what is happening to the next coach in line, the one dealers once called untouchable. Tiffin Allegro Open Road 36 LA. Every market collapse has its symbol, and this one rolls on 6 tires with the Tiffin badge still shining on the grille. The Tiffin Allegro Open Road 36 LA has been the trusted heavyweight of the Class A lineup for more than a decade. Reliable, comfortable, easy to service. That used to be the promise, but by late 2025, that legend has turned into the slowest mover in the entire market. CarEdge's nationwide inventory tracker lists an average of 310 days on dealer lots for the Allegro Open Road series, the highest number in its category. Units that once sold within a month now sit through all 4 seasons. The price slide is just as sharp. 6 months ago, the average advertised price hovered near $248,000. Today, those same rigs show up across Florida, Texas, and Arizona at $186,995, and still they linger unsold. That's a value drop of more than $61,000 in half a year. The slowdown runs deeper than prices. Aging loyal buyers, younger ones preferring compact vans, internal overlap since Thor Industries acquired Tiffin with rival models cheaper by $20,000 to $30,000, and rising costs. Insurance up 19%, service contracts past $5,000, leaving even faithful owners waiting for relief. For the dealers, the math is brutal. Each unsold Allegro costs roughly $1,400 monthly in interest and storage. Some lots are refusing new allocations for 2026 altogether, labeling them non-viable inventory. For you, the informed buyer, patience is profit. The best window will appear after New Year's when dealers face renewed loan audits. Expect markdowns reaching $70,000 off the original sticker before spring. The Tiffin Allegro Open Road 36 LA isn't fading from failure, but from timing. The market changed faster than loyalty could follow. Dealers know it, buyers sense it, and 2026 will prove it. Smart shoppers will pivot early. Everyone else will pay for comfort that aged overnight. If this helped you spot what's really happening out there, hit like. It tells me to keep digging into the numbers and the stories behind them. Drop a comment with what you're seeing on your local lots. The more data we share, the clearer this picture gets. And don't forget to subscribe.